two big canisters of salsa right now.
Oh, I love salsa. Mm.
I'll
Yum, yum.
get you some, girl. You're close by now.
Yes, I know. Okay, so let me get this set, and we'll be ready. Okay, you guys, we haven't seen each other since the big announcement. I feel like maybe we have, but it's been through other Zooms. We haven't met as a group since the announcement. So I'm going to go through just some slides real quick, and then I just really want this to be like a place where you can ask questions, we can talk about it, whatever it is that you're feeling on your heart that you need right now. So, first of all, I want to, so those of us in the South Dakota Midwest area, sorry, Idaho and Oregon, but we have the privilege now of the rest of this year into next year. All dates have been set up by Dorothy Terhurst to monthly have a Super Saturday where everybody comes together. For training, there'll be like at the front end will be a presentation, and then it will be followed by training. And it's only 90 minutes long. But we've talked about this before, right? Just highly encourage you to do those in your area if you have that kind of community around you, or creating it, right? If you can find Crossline, sometimes if you can just go into the US consultant page and ask what consultants live in this area. That's what I did when I moved to Idaho. Literally, Maria Williams connected me to someone she knew lived in Star, Idaho when I moved to Idaho. And you guys, we couldn't have been more different. There's Tanya, and then there was, I don't remember his name, but he was just a pot-bellied, suspender-wearing good old boy. Couldn't have been more different. But boy, howdy, we teamed up and we were doing meetings all the time. All the time. And it was so much fun. I was so grateful for that. So, if it's on your heart, like, and you want to connect with people crossline, especially as we get the Love Biome people in, oh my goodness, how fun that could be. It sounds like most of them are on the East Coast, but it doesn't mean all of them are. Anywho, if not, there is now monthly. This is headed by the Highfields, Brian and Holly Highfield. And they created this virtual event called Activate Academy. It's going to be every Saturday. It started last month, and I heard it was phenomenal. And the times are on here. I'll make sure that this gets posted. But Erica Dale teamed up with them, and they are just bringing different leaders forward to do trainings as well. So again, it's also 90 minutes. So you can go to bigbluecalendar.com and you can find all the information on it. It's you can find the Zoom link. There's no password. And again, 90 minutes, and the time will always be the same. The time on Big Blue is Eastern Standard Time. But again, if it's something just one Saturday a month to kind of just give you that, extra little zhuzh to keep yourself going. These are dates for um, the Sioux Falls area. So these are set so that we just want to bring in Minnesota, we want to bring in Iowa, we want to bring in Nebraska, North Dakota, bring everybody together to do these. It's $10 for consultants. That just helps pay for the room. I don't know why I put quickest way to get to P84. I think that was the wrong slide, but we'll get to that. So you can mark your calendars with this as well. I'll also make sure that this gets posted, but super exciting that we have this also. And then here we go. Like this big news. It has not been official that long, but boy, there's been a lot of Zooms on it. There's been a lot of communication on it. And I know there's a lot of still questions that are out there. But when you think of this, I kind of love this picture. And today, Dr. Katie Smith, she was just at the Growth Summit, and she was talking about the fact that, she's been looking heavy into the Love Biome site. And she said what she loves about what she's seen is that even though we maybe have had people talking about the gut, that when she sees it, she's like, when we talk about microbiome, she says it's not just targeted in the gut, it's everywhere. Like microbiome deals with health support throughout our body. So if this can be a product that is truly centered towards microbiome and not just the gut, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And she's finding no signs that it is. So it'll be exciting as we get more information on that. But again, as we heard from their CEO, Kelly, I just don't think you could find a more loving, nurturing company. So I just wanted to show you that. And again, the way to get your hands on it early, okay, before Dallas, is to sell 500 in sales volume in September. Kristen, I think you've already hit this. Kristen hit this, so Kristen is going to have the opportunity to get the product early. That's so exciting. Taryn has hit it, and I think Heidi as well has hit it. So if you sell 500 in new sales volume and personal sales to customers and or consultants in September, then you're going to unlock the ability to get it early. And then you're also going to get yourself 3 customer discount codes and 3 consultant discount codes. So this is a big deal, okay? We have a lot of time to do this, half the month left to get this done. Those coupon codes too, man, they can really create a lot of traction for people. And then also reminding you that the Drive Era, the Mexico incentive trip ends the end of September. So we still have the end of this month to work towards that. And I know when you look at this on paper, it may be like, I don't know how I'm going to get there. But remember, there are 3 tiers to it. So there's different prizes before even getting Mexico at 45 points. Those prizes start. They're gift cards of different kinds. But this can happen. I want you to know, like, one consultant coming in and seeing it the way that you do and running with it and having the vision, it can happen. And I've really been reminded, like Jen Dykstra, thank you. She got me out last week. I finally walked away from painting and we went to an event, a women's event. And you guys, I looked around in that room and it's funny when you live in your bubble. I walked in there thinking I'm gonna see somebody I know. Like I was born and raised here. I'm surely going to see somebody I know. Not a single person. Like this world is big. This world is so big. And there are so many people that have no clue that we exist. Like they have no idea. And reminding you too of the gentleman from Japan that Courtney Watkins brought in. He saw the video of Protandem and he told not Courtney, but this other girl that she brought in, like, this is the missing link. This is what I've been searching for my entire life. And then proceeded to sell 80,000 in volume of Protandem and our probiotic in like 2 hours time. Like he was searching for this product. There are people out there that are looking. Today I was sitting on office hours and I told myself, I'm like, because down right around the corner is this little, like, it looks like a little functional, holistic office. And I'm like saying out loud, walking all big, like, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to talk to those people because, they're just right around the corner. And man, have I been putting it off, excuse after excuse. And today I was like, Tanya, get over yourself, put your big girl panties on, and make the call. So I looked them up. I didn't know what their name was. I looked them up and I found that they were on Instagram. And I'm like, I'm going to do it through Instagram so they can hear my voice and just do a personal message. Because more than likely, if I call, I get a front desk person, and that message isn't always relayed that you want it to. So I looked them up on Instagram and I first typed and I said, hello, my name's Tanya Sheldon. I want to leave you a quick voice message. And then I left the voice message and I said that I'm a South Dakota native, just came back after about 20 years, new to the area, living in Harrisburg. And I love that there's like a functional, holistic space here. I love that I saw your office and I'm looking to partner up or collaborate with people in that field because I work with other practitioners in that same field. And I think I might have something that you could add to your tool belt to help you and your clients. If you'd be interested, I'd love to get like 15 to 20 minutes of your time. And they responded back and said, we would in fact like to sit with you. And I was like, wow, like I didn't expect it, right? So you just never know. And I don't know what's going to come of it. They haven't gone back to me with the time, but you just never know. Like they could be someone in Harrisburg, South Dakota that's never heard of it and is like, oh my gosh, this is our missing link. They could go bananas in the last 15 days of September. You just don't know. So just don't ever shortcut or discount, right? This is like the paradigm, the thinking, what we think and what we think is possible or what we think is not possible. You get what you think about, right? Okay, so this is super important, this love biome thing. I'm gonna need to make sure I can see the whole thing. This is so, so important. I know that you've seen this, but I don't think we can go over this enough. So the next steps of Love Biome, the do is get to a training on evolve and activation, meaning get to Dallas. There are, it says 300 seats. There's only 100 seats left now, you guys. Only 100 seats. I got to see the lineup today on what's happening in Dallas through the FAB. Man, that's so fun. It's so fun seeing behind the curtain. It's a spectacular lineup and it's so fun the way that they're doing it this time. There's workshops. You're going to get Tyler Daniels on compensation, not just a breakout, but everybody. And you have a lot of partnerships, a lot of panels, a lot of teaming up, and a lot of belief building is going to take place in stories, network marketing stories, treating this like a business. You have to do everything you can to get there. You just will not be sorry, along with like this partnership taking place for the very first time. So just make sure you get there and then drive with us on this journey, set the pace for growth. So casting the vision for yourself, what this can look like, what this means for the company, connecting with new people and setting the pace for growth. So, but do not. So you've seen, I have not put any shareables in the social media shareable group. I just don't believe it's a great idea to talk about the fact or put on social media or post about it that over and over again that we're talking and partnering with Love Biome. We can talk about the fact that we are entering into the microbiome space. You can talk, look up microbiome health and what it means and start talking about that. But we just don't want people going to Love Biome and then trying the product and becoming a customer through them by default before you get to talk to your customer. And the worst thing you would want is for your current customers to then go become a customer with them as well. It's just going to cause a lot of red tape probably that we just don't want to have to deal with. So I think the less we talk about the actual company name and P84, the product, I think better. I think just talking about activation again, teaching about that, talking about a new partnership with a microbiome company and what's ahead is where you want to do that. And so we don't want you going and ordering the product either. November, end of October, it's going to be here before we know it. It's going to be here soon enough. We will get our hands on a product as soon as a company has it ready for us and has it ready to go. So just do not go purchase it for yourself because again, it will just cause more havoc and more headaches for everybody. Okay, so that being said, I also wanted to tell you too that on our leadership call today, you know, it was just reiterated by Sean Poe that our company, LifeVantage, being debt free like we are and having all this excess money on hand, the company has been looking for a very, very long time to partner with another company. And I had heard that at the first fly-in that I went to with Steve Fife. Like they were looking for someone to partner with. And the biggest thing was you can't just bring in any company because he wanted the company to be able to merge beautifully with our story of activation. And most companies don't, right? To be clean products, We are even working on products that we have that are clean, getting them even cleaner. Like there's a whole initiative with that. So it had to be in alignment with our vision and with who we are. And so it was a long, long process. So when he found Love Biome, and you hear him talk about the fact that it happened quickly, that's why. It's like when he knew, when he saw it, he knew. He just knew quickly. Like dating and you find the right one and you know they're the one. That's what happened with this merger. And making sure that we don't talk about acquiring a company, that we talk about a partnership. Even though we did technically acquire them, just to help with a softer landing for the consultants of Love Biome and being respectful to them, that word partnership is what we prefer everybody use instead. I don't know exactly how many consultants they are bringing with them, but I do know today on the FAB call that Skylar was in like a suit jacket and he said, yeah, we've got the top leaders from Love Biome here today. And he said the energy here, he goes, I wish I could bottle up this energy and get it out to the rest of the field. Because he said they are so excited about what's happening. And every time, like whether they talked about the comp plan, whether they talked about our incentives, they were able to get their hands today on product. Like Skylar said, standing ovation after standing ovation. If they were sitting in a conference room and they heard about the comp plan, they'd stand up and clap. If they were sitting in the conference room and they heard about our incentives, they'd stand up and clap. Like, you guys, this is like Courtney bringing in that guy from Japan and going crazy. This is like the company bringing in thousands of that guy and going crazy. Like it gives me goosebumps. This is a really big deal as to the branding of LifeVantage, the word getting out about LifeVantage. Don Burrish was at an Eric Worre Mastermind this past weekend, and he said that your goal should be to have, I got to find this for you. We win when our products become part of our customer's identity. And it's it's profound in thinking something to strive for, that our customers see the value in the LifeVantage products and it becomes a part of their everyday lifestyle. Like it's a non-negotiable for them, right? Bringing that extra value all the time. And there's so many things we've talked about before about like, a monthly customer Zoom and getting them on the Zoom to get that value. I don't know. There's just so many things that I think are going to come to fruition with bringing this partnership in, and the love truly and the excitement that's going to be felt in Dallas. I just, you guys, this is this is going to be a game changer, a game changer. And the most important thing that I think we can do right now is just get loud and not hold back. Put our big boy, big girl panties on, talk to the people that we're intimidated to talk to the people we haven't talked to in a long time, and talk about the business. Talk about the fact that our opportunity is about to grow exponentially because we're bringing on board thousands of new people that are fired up and ready to share what we have. And if we're not talking about it first, someone else is going to hear about it. And Jillian Fisher said she was at some meeting with some big head honcho guy, and he came up to her and he said, LifeVantage, eh? He's like, I see what's happening on the stock market. He's like, looks like you're making some good moves. Like people in the stock market are talking about what LifeVantage is doing. They know it's an acquisition. They know we bought a company, right? They know the writing on the wall. So it's a big, big deal. LifeVantage, you guys, people are paying attention to us in a really big way. People have a magnifying glass on us. So it's really important that we talk about it unashamedly and unabashedly and just really have a lot of posture with it. So I really would love to hear from you guys. Questions you have, hesitations you have. How are we feeling? Let's talk about it. And Jenny and Joyce and Tina, it's so good to see all you guys. Dean, I see in your car the amazing thing you built for your dad. Oh my gosh, that was so cool, taking him fishing. Laurel, it's good to see your name. There's an iPhone person. I don't know who that is. Debbie, Jen, Jean, Vicky, Kristen, Lori, Sherry, Sue. So good to see you guys. Yeah, Vicky.
This isn't necessarily anything about how I feel about the whole thing, but what I was wondering is before the whole Love Biome thing, they kept talking about a new product that was going to be released in Dallas. Is this Love Biome thing the new product,
Mm-mm.
or is there still something else?
There,
Or
there
will there
was
not be?
something else. And quite honestly, I don't even know if it's going to be necessary anymore.
Oh,
So, yeah,
so there won't, so the focus in Dallas will be the Love Biome thing. There's not another new product besides what Love Biome is bringing.
you got it.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
This this is much better. It trumps it, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Please speak up if you have any hesitation or you have a question, because I don't want you having that on your heart or holding on to that at all. Yeah, Vicky.
You know, I got something to say. Um,
Right.
I just hesitate because I love the family that we have. I
Yeah.
love the way the company thinks. I love the way the company does things. I just I'm quite sure I'll be completely wrong, but I just fear like this changing some of that.
hmm I get it. I totally get it. So many like situations are coming through my head that you may feel are the same or not, but I mean, I remember when I first became an elite at that time, and I literally didn't want to sit in the elite section. This was a small room in Montana because I didn't want to sit away from my team, even though they were sitting right behind me. Like I just didn't want to. But growth and people and companies moving on and like expansion, it just brings a bigger, happier family, right? And I really believe with all my heart. I think we all know this deep down. I know I'm not the only one on this team that has prayed before and asked Lord, God, if we're supposed to be here. Like, am I supposed to be doing network marketing? And this is hard and it sucks right now and I'm stuck and blah, blah, blah. I know we've all done that. And I know that we're still here. We're still here. And I just believe with all my heart, like, Steve knows exactly what he's doing. And if you and really hold tightly to Kelly, I forget his last name, the CEO of Love Biome. The first thing he spoke about on those calls was his wife, right? I mean, he had tears in his eyes, and they called the company, for goodness sakes, Love Biome. So, and I also think it's on us, right? So when we're in Dallas, how are we going to treat them? How are we going to open it up to them? And what I've seen over the years as well is sometimes people will come in, and even recently, right, into the company, and they're so not used to nice people that actually get along and are authentic and real that they either want to be a part of it and become it, or they're just like, this freaks me out. And they just don't include themselves and go the other direction, right? That's how it's always been with LifeVantage. For the people that this isn't their thing, they weed themselves out. But I just believe with all my heart that this company, their leadership, who they already are and the leadership that they have, they're going to meld right with us so beautifully, and it's just going to make this even bigger and more expansive. And I really love the fact that the company's bringing them in direct to the company, right? That was a smart move too. So as not to ruffle any feathers. I mean, they just really, that's again to uphold the integrity of who we are and what we have here. And again, we will stay the name LifeVantage. That's not going to go anywhere, publicly traded. So yeah, Jean.
Tanya, how many consultants do they have? Do you know? And then also, have they historically done trainings and bring people together like we do?
I don't know. They're not a very old company. So I don't know if I'm sure they've had maybe a couple of events. I don't know for sure. But as young as they are and as small as they are, they still have thousands of consultants that will come over with them. But as young as they are, even like the P84, I don't believe that was their flagship product. Maybe it was their flagship product, but I know that doubled their sales in 6 months of their company, and it's maintained since then. And Marisa connected with a gal on the East Coast today because she wanted to connect them with some of her team out there. And this woman said this product has been life changing, and in some instances, what'd she say? Life saving for people. So I thought that was a big statement. Anybody else?
Tina put a question in the chat about how long have they been around?
I think 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's been 3 years. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
it was on my mind a lot. It's like, oh my goodness, learning about another new product. But then I had to remind myself for all those consultants coming into LifeVantage, we have to learn one new product. They have to learn a lot more than that. So
Yes.
if they can do it, we can do it.
100%. Great outlook. Great perspective. Yes, yes, yes. And we'll be here to help them through it every step of the way, right? Okay. I have a video I want to play for you guys.
There's really just one single wall between you and the life you know you want to live, and that's your mindset. And I'm going to share one with you that kind of changed my life immediately. Trust me, I know how you feel. I know you're sick of it. You're sick of knowing that you have these big goals and dreams, and yet you don't know how you're going to reach them. And it kind of feels like you're just wasting all your potential. So ultimately, you do nothing, because the more you think about it all, the more overwhelming and honestly impossible it all sounds. But what if I told you that it really wasn't that hard, and in reality, you can change your life as soon as tomorrow? In late December of 2023, I decided I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't sit here and continue to feel miserable and empty while I wait for my life to change for me. But then I fell into the same old trap as I'm sure you have. I start to overthink and I start to get overwhelmed. I would think about how long it would take and just how much work I would actually have to put in to make a difference in my life. And then I reached my phone to open Instagram for like the 30th time today. But then it dawned on me. I recalled a piece of advice I was given a while back. By who? I have no idea. It was probably my mom though. Thanks, Mom. But the advice goes, just take one step every day. When you think of your goal or dream, don't look at the entire mountain you're about to climb. Just find where you're going to put your foot next. It doesn't need to be complicated. It's easy to get overwhelmed by your big goals and dreams, but if you just think, just one step today and I'm done, it makes things a whole lot easier. And if you still need a little bit of extra motivation, just remember that the pain of doing nothing will always be worse than the pain of doing something. Because sure, taking steps can be uncomfortable and intimidating and scary, but it will always be better than the alternative. The slow, never-ending subconscious discomfort of remaining dormant will always be worse than the temporary and voluntary discomfort of making a change. Maybe some days you'll feel an extra bit of motivation and you decide to take 3 steps instead of just 1. That's great. And maybe some days you're really just not feeling it, but you just remind yourself, just a small step today. That's fine too. What matters is that you move forward, even if it was just a little bit. These steps add up, and before you know it, you'll be able to see the top of that mountain just a little bit clearer than before. And when I say that this changed my life immediately, I mean it, because while before I wasn't moving forward, now I am, one step at a time, one day at a time. Currently, while I'm writing this, it is February 13th, and I find that I've been working on something every day since the new year, as I just keep reminding myself, just take one step today. And as a result, I have instantly changed my life. Maybe not in a substantial way, like I didn't just become instantly successful or anything, but now I've given myself some sort of purpose with each day, and I'm slowly but surely moving forward. You must change your life in order to change your life. Make that small change. Do it once every day, and eventually you'll realize that you've made a bigger change than you could have ever imagined.
I thought that was so good. And I just want to say to you guys too, Jen Dykstra, when we were at this event, I think sometimes it's just, use your words, Tanya. Okay, so we're at this event and Jen and I meet this woman that has a husband from Australia and she has 3 kids. And one of them is in the UK and he's with like the soccer team. And Jen, like, thought of right away, like LifeVantage and how that could incorporate into possibly knowing her son. And so Jen brings this up, after we started talking or after she left. And I'm like, I didn't even really think of that right away. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, like that's such a good idea. And I was mad at myself that I didn't. And I don't know why I didn't. I don't know if like being in that environment, I was so caught up in like just all the people and all the things. But what if you put yourself in a position like every morning, like you truly said, Lord, who would you have me talk to about LifeVantage today? And help that to be something forefront of my mind as I go out and I talk to people. Because what if, and I don't know what would have come of that, right? Jen was kind of looking for her later too, and we never saw her again. But this is how big this is right now. Like everyone that we come across, if you can just have the little LifeVantage angel on your shoulder that taps you when it's right to just say, hey, and right now, like your invite can be, our company is taking the biggest step right now. We're publicly traded and we just partnered with a new company. Like we actually brought them on board with us. And it's really going to make our efforts that much bigger. And we're looking for new consultants to come in and help us get that message out. I think you would be a phenomenal person to do that. Are you open? I think your son and what he does with his team in soccer, what an opportunity that could be for him, because our flagship product could really make a difference in how they perform on the field, right? Like, why didn't I think of that then? But if we can just have it, like it's always like in the tip of our tongue, it's like that little thing of dip that you got in your mouth and it's just ready to like, come on. I know that's not a good example, but it's just always there ready to share. It's always there ready to share because you are so confident and passionate in what you have. It's always there to share because you know what you know and you're so confident. It's always there because you are so passionate about what we have. So just hold on to that, okay? And then I'm just going to leave you with this. This was my devotional for this morning. I just thought it was so timely and so good after this heavy, heavy week. So I wanted to bring this to you guys. So September 15th, you will face loss, trouble, and disappointment, but nothing has the power to separate you from your Redeemer's unrelenting love. So this will be our prayer for this evening, okay? As I've said before, I really do love the honesty of the Bible. I don't need vacuous religious platitudes that delude me into thinking that life is better than it really is. I don't need a form of faith that requires that I deny pieces of reality in order to have peace of heart. I don't want to be in a position of having to close my eyes to things and make believe they're not there. If it is anything, the Bible is honest. The blood, guts, and dirt of the fallen world stain its every page, filled with brutally honest stories of flawed people and marked with stinging analysis of the brokenness of the world. The Bible requires us all to be honest as well. John 13 through 17 recounts Jesus' last hours with his disciples before his crucifixion. He's preparing them for life without his physical presence. He's warning them of the things they will face in this broken world. This passage is way more than goodbye, I love you. It is honest to the point of being scary. Jesus says, if they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. The hour is coming when whoever kills you will think he is offering service to God. He says, behold, the hour is coming when you will be scattered. It's not a very bright picture of the disciples' future. His words are probably enough to make the disciples panic, but this is not all Jesus says. This passage is also dyed with amazing grace. This grace is form-fitted for everything the disciples will face and everything we will face too. Again and again, he reminds the disciples of his presence and power. He assures them that he will not leave them with a bunch of orphans. He comforts them with the promise of the ongoing ministry of the Holy Spirit. The disciples' reason for hope in the trials they will face, and ours for the ones we face daily, is captured in the final words of John 16. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. The world can be a tough address. Yes, there will be times when you feel that you simply don't have what it takes to deal with what you're facing. Yes, you will be tempted to think that you have been singled out to endure particular difficulty. And yes, you will have moments when you look back and regret and moments when you look forward with fear. That in all of this is real reason for peace and hope. It's not the peace that comes when life seems to be working well, when the people around you seem to appreciate you, or when your health and finances are good. There is a sturdier peace to be found. It is found in knowing that your Heavenly Father is not afraid of or will not be defeated by what makes you afraid or has the power to defeat you. Peace comes when you rest in the fact that grace has connected you to the one who has overcome everything that could cause your heart to be troubled, and nothing can sever that connection. So good, right? It's so good. I just thought it was so timely. Yep, amen. So take that with you this week and just don't be afraid, right? The world needs us more than ever. We are so lucky to have each other. We're so lucky to have this culture and have this community. And if people are hurting and you're in those conversations, I mean, right? We get it. We're going through that too. And that's why I'm so grateful that I have such an amazing community around me. Who's your community? Well, I actually get to change people's lives with them. It's called LifeVantage. Have you heard of it? Right? Just simple. That could be your simple thing too. It's just a community in the conversation. Okay. P.S. Do you have the recording for the, yes, it was so good. I put in the support chat and I also did put it in Team Act, Laura. You guys, the Monday morning motivational calls, thank you for bringing that up. They started this Monday. They're only 30 minutes. Angie Harper and Christy Vogt started it. Every month, another leader will take over the month. And it's just 30 minutes of inspirational stories. And Andrea Ebert told her story today. And so the first 20 minutes is her sharing her story of her and her husband being these top chefs in this Michelin star restaurant and leaving there, and then them having this idea of what life would be as chefs, but then they wanted a big family. So she stayed home. He was working. She never saw him, but he thought they had everything they needed because they had a home and they were having children, but she just yearned for more. And then the process of all of that, and then running into somebody that did Amway in a store. And this gentleman that did Amway had a goal of talking to 3 people every day, 3 conversations. And Andrea said, I hung on to every word that he said. I just wanted him to spill it and tell us everything as soon as he could. And he wouldn't, but he gave her 2 books that they could go read. And they went and read them. I don't remember the books, but after they read them, she was like, That's network marketing. That's what network marketing is. And her and her husband were like, we've got to go find a company. And in everything they did, whether it was a Michelin star restaurant or wherever they worked, they were always, their standard was, we're going to be a part of the best. We're going to work for the best. We're going to be a part of the best. And she said, we found the best with LifeVantage. It's just a remarkable story. I put snippets of it in the social media shareables for you to put in your stories. It's so good. And then again, the rest of it I did post on Team Act. So go listen. It's every Monday. I'll make sure that I put that, add that to the what's happening for the week. So everybody's reminded of that. Okay. All right. We all good? Okay. Love you guys. Thanks for being here and have a great night. Mwah. Bye.